As a kid growing up in the late 2000s, early 2010s, I played mainly 3D platformers, but I did play a few 2D platformers, like New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii and Rayman Origins. I also didn't grow up having a Game Boy or GBA, so I never really got to play the Wario Land series. I always hear how good it is, but I can never vouch for it, as I was mainly into the WarioWare series after playing WarioWare Gold on the 3DS as a kid. Not to mention the fact that the last Wario Land game was on the Wii, so Nintendo doesn't really seem that interested in part of the Wario series anymore. But, while Nintendo lets their fans down, indie developers pick up the pieces and make a masterpiece with them. The lack of the collectathon platformers led to a Hand Times creation, the decline of the Paper Mario games led to bug fables, and of course, the lack of a 2D Wario game led to two indie games that were inspired by the series. One created by Torte Pizza we all know as Pizza Tower, but in December of 2024, another team by the name of Summit Sphere released their own Wario Land inspired game, one that you could say blasted onto the scene. That's right, we're talking about Antonblast.
It's happy hour!
Originally, I wasn't too interested in Antonblast. It looked out of my league, but that wasn't until I felt more confident in myself when I played Pizza Tower and played one of Antonblast's demos. Plus, the two teams are pretty good to each other. There's an Anton graffiti on the level Oh Shit, and people make some really funny memes with both Anton and Peppino. Just, maybe not this one. Point is, I felt more inclined to buy and try out Antonblast after it came out to my enjoyment of Pizza Tower. Plus, I love to support new games whenever they seem down my alley. Before I begin, if you enjoy the video at any point or enjoy my content whatsoever, don't be a stranger and subscribe. It shows your support and helps me make better content. With that out of the way then, what is this game about? Our main character, Dynamite Anton, is being targeted by Satan, all because Anton is more red than him. Satan sent his army of moles to take what he loves the most, his spirits, which are represented by various drinks, mainly alcohol. So now Anton and his roommate and friend Annie go to find out who did this and blast him into teeny tiny little pieces. Right off the bat, this opening cutscene is perfect. It's animated like an old cartoon, like Cow and Chicken or Ed and Eddie. And even Satan reminds me of the red guy from Cow and Chicken, if he was voiced by Gianni Matrigano, and was a bit more pink than red. Besides that, the humor in this cutscene is even better, which will be an ongoing thing about this game.
Well, there's a red guy. A red guy? Who is this red guy? Leaving me the reddest being on and slash or in the planet.
After the intro, you're dropped straight into the first level, Boiler City, where you learn the basics: clutch boosting, ground slamming, sliding, hammer jumping, etc. While the game was inspired by Wario Land mainly, it also feels like some Crash Bandicoot was mixed in, with destroying of boxes, and collectible mirroring the crystals, and there's even a time trial mode with yellow time boxes that pause the timer when broken. Once you get to the end of the level, you drop onto a bomb, as now it is happy hour. you gotta rush all the way back to the start. It feels a lot more stressful than Pizza Tower's Pizza Time, since usually in Pizza Tower, there is extra time for you if you want to take that second lap for more points, but there is no second lap in Antonblast. After you make it back to the elevator, you'll go back to the hub world. Here you will meet Brulo, your shopkeeper. Here you can spend your poker chips for stuff like spray cans, cassette tapes, toys, and temporary power-ups. Stuff like a temporary health point, additional time to happy hour, and a pet who can help pick up stuff. After some levels, you can buy a permanent health upgrade to go up to 5 health instead of 3. As to not drag out the review video, I'm not going to talk about all levels in Antonblast, but I will talk about some of my favorite levels in the entire game. Starting with...
They say the devil was handsome when he was young. I say he still is.
Bomb Candy Mines is a level that takes place in obviously a candy mine, with bombs. It's a fun gimmick to have to hit the various bombs to blow up various purple blocks in your path, or to knock down crystals to use as platforms to cross green candy lava pools. Later on in the level, you even get turned into a bouncing bomb, as you can dash or slam down to jump. If you slam down on a slanted ledge, you can fly in the direction the slant is facing. There is also various giant crabs that can lob nitro bombs. If you get close to them, you can balance on their heads to get to the higher places in the level. This level is also one of my favorites because of the many references, from a Metal Gear reference with a long ladder climb, and with the first crab room referencing Germa. Besides the funny jokes and little references, the music is also incredible like every other level. Take a listen. With Bomb Candy Mines out of the way, my next favorite level is...
When you quit the game to play something else, we start talking about you behind your back.
The Big Bath is a pretty simple level. Nothing crazy, it's just a random pool. Or at least until stuff gets stranger. You then notice the music is pretty eerie unlike other levels. Rooms begin to twist and turn, doors disappear and reappear, and so on. Then you run into these black goo eyeball creatures that really remind me of Scarf from the Kirby series, except a little bit more creepy. If it wasn't already clear, this level is based off those liminal space videos and images that blew up in the past few years, like the back rooms. Not much to add other than getting to happy time and beating the level. Or so you think. The elevator drags you to a room filled with the creepy goo monsters, so you dash all the way to the end to get to the real door, and finally leave the creepy pool for good. With the nightmares out of the way, let's get on to...
Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
The mysterious Glasshouse is a greenhouse-themed level, with having to search for valves to grow vines with leaves to jump on, and various man-eating plants that will either snap shut a few seconds after jumping on them, or will snap randomly. There's also these creepy demon clouds that will kill you as your spirit is then lifted upwards. If you hit your head on the ceiling, you'll be knocked back into your body. It makes for some really fun rooms, like the one with a ton of spiky plants to dodge left and right. After some sections where you rail grind, you will then go into a section of the level which is not like the rest. Here you will see a large giant fish with a giant metal mouth. This fish will chase you whenever you're in water, but you'll be able to lead it into breaking weights that are blocking your way. This level also has some really great music as usual. And if you listen in, you can hear a line taken from what I believe is a Persona song, where someone says, "I'm in the house like carpet." I don't know exactly what it is. I've never really played a Persona game quite yet, so if you know, let me know down in the comment section down below what it's from.
There, don't smile because it happened. Cry because it's over!
Welcome to Antonblast's version of War from Pizza Tower, Hell Manor. Just like War, you are always on the clock, but this time, you don't get more time, so you gotta be prepared for everything coming your way. This level takes all the things you have learned from the previous levels and their transformations and puts you to the ultimate test. There's only one checkpoint, so if you die or fail somewhere in the end, you might be sent back a long time. Playing it for the first time is stressful as hell, but replaying it and knowing the level and getting better, the level becomes so fun and insanely satisfying to pull off a run with minimal or no damage taken. Even the music, like War, is amazing, one of the best tracks in the game, sounding like Anton and Annie are taking a victory lap through Satan's Manor. Besides the levels, there's also several boss fights, each more chaotic than the last. My personal favorites include Jewel Ghoul, a jewel-headed mobster, Tallbuster, a tall and lanky mole, Smallbuster, a small and tiny mole with machines, and Freako Dragon, a dragon made of pinballs. Then there's Satan himself as the ultimate challenge for a final boss. The last bit before you defeat him is my favorite part, where you fly straight towards him as he looks bruised and scared of the incoming pain hurling straight towards him. The final cutscene has him losing all his red that he stole from Anton, and his whole castle is ruined. So, he blows up the entire kingdom, which is for some reason the whole world. Anton and Annie run back to their house as everything around them is just in ruins as the game ends. A stupid, but very funny way to end a crazy game like this one. So, all in all, would I recommend this game? No duh, I would recommend it. From fun gameplay, good humor, and an amazing soundtrack, it's just a no-brainer. If you like the Wario Land games, you should be able to enjoy Antonblast, or even if you never play them, I still recommend Antonblast to anyone looking for a fun 2D platformer to play. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and as always, I will see you in the next video.